Hi, I just wanted to update my video diary of what I've done for my model. So if we look at the code, I've taken Andrea's code to bring in the layers. I've cleaned it up a little bit for myself just to read a bit easier. So for example, I've put this display elevation patches as part of the setup process, and also create proportionate turtles. So this creates the turtles anywhere where it's lime at the moment, but once James has done his buildings from the land scan, we can tell them to proportionately be created there, which is cool. So what I've done is also taken my code that I'd written originally, so this go procedure all the way down here, I've taken out or just commented out the original stuff and borrowed this code from the ants model in the model library. I should say I also made a gradient layer which has been added, which is a combination of elevation and distance from the safe spot, and I'll show you how that works out in a second. So basically I've just asked the turtles to go uphill from the, that says nest scent, I've labelled that wrong, that should say safe scent. So basically, in theory, the closer you get to the safe spot and higher you go, the value should get greater. So that's what they're following. So in this piece of code here, it says sort of look ahead, or scent ahead, scent at 45 and scent at 45 left as well. And then if scent right is greater than scent ahead, or scent left is greater than ahead, you're basically choosing between one of those two. And then the second if else is if scent right is greater than left. So if that's true, turn right, and if it's false, turn left. So you should always be turning towards the greatest scent of the sort of three angles in front of the turtle. So what I've done, so I've got a setup and a go, and I've put a population in there, so you can go all the way down from 1 to 100, but again we can change that to whatever we want. So I'll run this. Oh, so the turtle is also labelled with the gradient value, so they should get higher and higher. And I've also asked them to put the pen down so that we can see where they've walked. And you can see here, still need to put a piece in to make them avoid blue, because otherwise they'd be dead. And these guys have got stuck, so we might need to work that out. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on with these chaps down here. And so if we run this through, we get this strange pattern at the top where they sort of like roam up and down here and across here. And I'm not entirely sure of why that is, but it just needs a bit of tweaking, I think. But you can see it sort of creates this pattern every time. So they go up to this point because it's the highest, and this point because it's the highest, and then these points because they're the highest as well. And although I put the safe spot as about here, so I thought they would be walking towards here, but they seem to be, the sort of overriding factor is the elevation, so they still seem to be going uphill whilst sort of moving towards that area as well. One way in which I think we could get around that is adding more weight to the safe spot. So for example, the layer for distance from the safe spot could be worth double the amount for elevation, and so in that case there would be far greater numbers over here rather than elevation. Another way we could do that is potentially use the roads sort of stuff that James has done and ask them to seek out roads, and so once they're on a road, stay on a road and follow the gradient And then don't really know apart from that, so still a few tweaks to do, but slowly getting there.